In this presentation, I will explain how the human body reacts to 3 different forms of infection by Bacillus anthracis and explore the innate and adaptive immune responses to this infection. An innate immune system response is a ready-to-recur reaction that can be triggered by a variety of infectious threats. An innate immune response begins working immediately and is triggered by the chemical property of an antigen. An adaptive immune system response occurs in response to an infection and occurs in response to a specific antigen. Dendritic cells drive immune system reactions. At the portal of entry for infection, dendritic cells initiate immune system response by acting as immunological sensors. If the infection is able to persist against the body's immune response, the infection can be fatal. Inhalation anthrax occurs when a human inhales Bacillus anthracis spores, which infect lung alveoli. Macrophages in the epithelium signal elaboration of cytokines and chemokines by signaling the release of ATP, which serves as the key signaling molecule in this innate immune response. ATP receptors on neighboring macrophages trigger the activation of an inflammasome complex, which helps coordinate immune defenses to DNA viruses and bacterial infections like this. The complex then releases interleukin 1 beta into the bloodstream, which alerts potentially infected macrophages to mobilize and increase resistance to infection. Cutaneous anthrax occurs when an open wound comes in contact with Bacillus anthracis endospores. Macrophages use the same method of attacking the pathogen in the skin as they do in the alveoli. Neutrophils use phagocytosis to kill both vegetative and spore forms of Bacillus anthracis at the site of infection. Humans are infected with gastrointestinal anthrax when they consume contaminated meat products. B1 cells are able to produce antibody immunoglobulin A without the help of T cells, making this immune response rapid and powerful in defense of an anthrax infection. Bacillus anthracis interferes with B1 cells in order to infect the GI tract. However, successful secretion of immunoglobulin A helps control this infection. Information on adaptive immune response to Bacillus anthracis is limited due to the fact that once the infection is able to circulate through the lymphatic or circulatory system, the infection becomes lethal. I explained this process in my previous learning objective presentation. A human will not be able to initiate an adaptive immune response because the lethal factor, one of the components of the anthrax toxin, impairs the dendritic cell function.